Hey, my name is Brianna and I've been living in Spain for about 2 months now. I have experience of living in the south of Spain, Seville, Spain, and now experience living in the north of Spain, San Sebastián. Both of these regions are so different culturally, and they have deep-rooted history and traditions that are so distinct from one another. But today I'm here to talk about the price of living. I did a video last year about how much things cost for me as a language assistant living in Seville, Spain. Now I want to share my experience living in San Sebastián, Spain. I am a language assistant again, and I'm going to share with you today how much I'm making and how much things are costing me to live here. I will say this, San Sebastián is more expensive. So let's start with salary. As a language assistant, I am still getting $800 a month as a stipend. This was the same I was getting in Seville, Spain, which made sense for the region. For how much things cost in San Sebastián, I would say the stipend of 800 euros does not make as much sense, as living here is comparable to living in, for say, Madrid or in Barcelona. And I know in those regions, as a language assistant, you get paid at least 1,000 euros a month. Disclaimer, I think in my last video I said, yes, you could get by with 800 euros in Spain if you budgeted and maybe didn't travel as much, if you didn't come with a lot of savings. But San Sebastián, if you are coming here as a language assistant and you are getting the 800 euros, it will not cover you sufficiently for your needs here. I am somebody who likes this experience to go out, to travel. I want to meet people. I want to go out and try pinchos and do all those things. And with the 800 euros, it's unlikely to cover all those costs. So I would recommend coming to San Sebastián with a savings of at least 3 to 5 grand. This will just give you that extra cushion so you can say yes to more things instead of feeling strapped for money. Of course, there's always the option of doing after-school tutoring. Even then, I don't think with the 800 you're making and making some pocket change would be sufficient here, like it was in the south of Spain. In Sevilla, you could get by with that. Here, you would not. So I just want to put that out there. Now to explain the costs of everything. So I live in a 3-bedroom apartment with 2 other girls, and it is 2-bath. Total price of this accommodation is 1,500 euros. My portion being 475. This is because one of the roommates has a bathroom in her room and she has windows. So she has the nicest room. Me and my other roommate have interior windows, meaning our windows show the laundry room. So it's not as nice as my house in Sevilla, and I'm paying a lot more for it. The walking distance to the center is also 20 minutes from my home, which is not that far, but I was paying about 280 in Sevilla, and I was about a 10-minute walk to the center, and I had a window and we had a nice big balcony. Here we have a 2-person balcony, which is nice, but there's only enough room to just sit out there. You can't, invite friends over to have a meal there. So what I'm saying is I'm paying a lot more for a lot less. So you definitely notice the price difference as soon as you move here, because that is a big chunk of my stipend. I get paid 800, remember? 475, that's more than half of it gone. Utilities. So the utility bill we get is labeled as energy, so it's like our electricity bill. Normally in Sevilla, we would get billed every 2 to 3 months for the electricity we were using. Here, we got billed from October to February in full, so it was a very hefty bill, coming to around 600 euros that we all split up. Per month, the breakdown was about 50 euros a month for our electricity bill. Groceries. So I go grocery shopping about once a week here, and I spend about 30 euros each time, sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. Give or take, I like to stay in that range, and that feeds me for the whole week. I have a friend who is vegetarian though, and she spends about 40 to 50 euros each week for her groceries. So it really does depend what you're buying, what quality of produce you're buying. Are you buying the store brand or are you buying the organic brand? Things like that. I typically go for the store brand. Remember, I only make 800, so we're being humble. The Wi-Fi we pay is about $33 a month, my portion being $11. My phone bill is through Orange, the provider Orange, and it is about $26 a month with unlimited everything. So I like Orange because when I travel to, it's still unlimited. I know you can also get Vodafone and pay for the minutes, and I have a friend who pays only €10 each month for her phone bill, but she is tracked by the minutes. Transportation is really easy here. Just like most of Europe, the transportation is amazing compared to the States. It's just uncomparable. You get a little card with your face on it. Here it's called Mugi, the Mugi card. And if you have an empadronamiento, you can get the card with your face on it. So there's the standard green card, but then there's the card you can get with your face on it, proving that you are a resident, that you live here long term. It will give you a discounted price. So with that discounted price, it's 26 cents to take the bus. If you don't have any card, it's €150 each time. There is also the train you can take as well that will take you to different neighborhoods in the surrounding area. There is no Uber or no car services here in San Sebastian. If you need to get somewhere quick, you take a taxi. I haven't taken a taxi here though, honestly, because everywhere that you want to get to in the city is about a 20 to 30 minute walk. It is a very small city. It is smaller than Seville, so I find I don't need public transportation that much. Now, if you're going out with friends, food can cost about €10 and up, depending on what you're eating. Pinchos are very cheap. You can get like a small pincho for $7 or less. But typically pinchos, you go to restaurant eating a bunch of little pinchos, so it does add up. But I would say it's still very affordable to go out and enjoy food with friends here. If you're going shopping, clothes can be around anywhere 15 and up. The big stores here, like anywhere else in Spain, I feel like are Zara, Pull&Bear, Mango, Stradivarius, all those, and they're all in that kind of price range. You can spend a little bit less, a little bit more, but those are the places people normally shop. And then you have the higher end boutiques that you will spend more at, and then more local boutiques that you will spend around the same price, €15 and up. If you're looking to get a manicure here, it's about €13 to get a gel set. And of course, you'll pay more up from there. If you're getting a standard manicure, it will be less. But typically people go for gel, lasts about 2 weeks. That's the most popular one. Honestly, those prices are comparable to Sevilla. It's interesting, a lot of it is comparable, but the cost of living, like rent, is higher. Entertainment, if you're going to go watch a movie out, it's about €12. If you have a student discount, it's about €6. So there's a bunch of things involving entertainment that you actually get a discount with your university card. And they're not going to check when you graduated or anything. So if you still have your university card, I would keep that with you because you do get discounts within the city if you do have it. Another example, to go see the orchestra, it can be anywhere from €3 to €10 with your student card. And without it, it's about 40 to 50 euros. So you save a bunch and you get to go see a really cool experience. Arts are very big here, you know, theater, the orchestra. They're a must-see if you're living in San Sebastian, and if you have your student card, you have no excuse not to see. I mean, €3 to see a beautiful show, it's amazing. The nightlife. Okay, so if you're going to a discoteca, you're going to be paying about 15 and up. The 15 does include a drink, but after that, your price will keep increasing. You can get a beer for around $2.50 and a glass of wine for about $3 to $4 typically. Depending on where you're at, the price range just changes. It's still pretty low to drink. A cocktail can be anywhere from 12 and up. Yeah, that's the sum of my costs here, how much it is to live in San Sebastian. I do recommend the savings to have. This doesn't take away from the city itself. It's a beautiful city to live at. Just know that you will be paying more here than you do in Sevilla. Of course, there's some things that are comparable in price. Just the cost of living is that much more, so it will affect, you know, how much you're able to spend in other areas, especially if you're coming here as a language assistant. I do want to say this too. Last year, I only worked 12 hours and I got paid the 800. Here, I'm working 14 hours with the €800 stipend. So I have friends that actually work the 12 hours here and get paid the same as me, but at my school they required me to work the full 14 hours, which was of course a little disappointing to hear, but it's still only 14 hours. So just know, depending on what school you get, you might be asked to work the 12 or 14 hours for the same pay of 800 euros. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I love answering them. And if you want another helpful video on San Sebastián, I'm here to tell you, because it's beautiful and it has so much to offer. It is more expensive, but you won't regret coming for a visit. Bye.